Quick class, man. I mean, man, family, peace, family. I said, man, I'm sorry for saying that part itself. Alright, because I'm sure y'all couldn't hear it, and those that need this information is going to get it. My following is picking up. Thank you for those that just recently started subscribing to my channel and following and liking. That means you're part of that system, because I don't speak from the outside, from the physical. I speak from the spirit. My spirit does all my processing, because I deal with the spirit mystery systems. So they tell you that the flesh is weak, right? So that means the spirit is strong, so you listen to your spirit. Anyway, let's go into what the Grandmaster is saying. I finally got it on this. I'm sorry I can't see him, because you couldn't see him anyway on that screen anyway. No false prophets.
Or mystery systems of those particular areas start to deteriorate. So as a result, the end result of a deterioration of a mystery system is a religion.
See?
You see, is a religion.
Once that system is gone, you go to any native.
This particular Christianity is not some new phenomenon or some exclusive phenomenon. It was in fact a composite of ancient mythology of the ancient world. You see. And a poor job of it, because the simple fact, the original aspect of it, it took 8 conferences to literally chisel out all of the supreme and sublime philosophy and mythology. 8 conferences. You know of the one of the conference of Nicaea, but there was 8 other ones.
I know about that.
You see, get Walter Williams' book, Historical Origins of Christianity, does a good job on that. And he talks about the different 8 conferences at the beginning of the book. So one of the actual
Protestant Martin Luther
primal archetypes of Christianity is the Dionysian myth. And the Dionysian myth goes all the way back to pre-dynastic Egypt, or pre-dynastic Kemet.
Dionysian.
Into when it was called the Typhonian myth. And we're going to go into the history of this to try to give a historical context of where I need to go today to deal with this utter blasphemy and this so-called festival for the lack of a better word, this festival of satanic enjoyment for those people now. Now, if this is a word, see, even that word alone, it's just like this Baphomet here. I wear this because I also know the meaning of it, and I know it has nothing to do with anything evil, but most people will look at this on my neck, and because we are not even doggone, because we're conditioned not to say anything, and we don't even have the common sense to just ask questions.
The trigger.
Because the fear. They figured if they ask me the question, I'm going to zap them. So nobody, they'll look on my neck and see this goat and stuff. You see what I'm saying? And no one will ever ask. And if you ask the person, you will get the symbology of it, which is also a symbol of Jesus. You see, if in the context of what it's supposed to be. But people will go as far as to not say anything. I'll be up at the cash register. People just be looking at this, and all of that, and all they have to do is just ask the question. But that ought to let you know how backwards the society is and how much fear we have as grown people because somebody instilled in us going to hell at a certain age into grown people. And you can go and get a master's degree, a PhD, but you can be in somebody's church on Sunday scared of going to hell.
Wow.
That you've been going through since you've been in the Western Hemisphere. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That no devil has ever produced anything, you know what I'm saying, but some people sitting around a fucking hot tub, you know what I'm saying, in some red room is nothing compared to just the hell we catch on this earth every day.
Hell yeah.
But the concept here is this is the mind control that we're going through, and so therefore when I say those particular words and all, I'm saying those particular words, and I apologize for people who just not hearing this particular stuff because most of the people that's hearing this stuff has gone through
Their
some
initiation.
process of eliminating the so-called superstitions and all of the ignorance of this fear that is given to you in religion. In so many words, what actually happened is there's different complex aspects of the astrological, astronomical, metaphysical world that there's several images, archetypes, and several systems that was put there to explain that. And what happened was those systems were around for thousands of years. When later generations came up and could not understand those systems because they had lost the original meaning of those particular systems, then what happened was
they started making shit up.
Those particular people, they just took all the stuff that they didn't understand and dumped it in this big area of evil.
Wow.
It's time to start your own business, to turn your dream into something official.
And then
all the stuff that they didn't understand and dumped it in this big area of evil. You see. So basically, 99% of what we have, what we call is evil, is a group of myths and mysteries and complex types of imagery and symbols that explain greater mysteries of the universe or the omniverse or the inner worlds that was just dumped in this big trash can of evil. You see. And basically this is what goes into comprising what we call religions. Rudolf Steiner said it. Religions come about when ancient systems deteriorate and collapse. And what they don't understand, they throw in the big trash can of evil. And basically give you the same reoccurring thing that everybody understands, behave. And there's nothing profound out of what you get out of anything they teach in any religion other than behave.
Oh my God.
Because all the other stuff they tell you not to pay attention to.
Give me your
pay attention to. So on that particular aspect, anything that you get is going to be terrifying.
I just keep using.
But then again, on the other hand, what we're talking about today is
certain things.
The behavior
like a carrot on
is that same thing that keeps the spirit realm down.
Wow, I love
so we're talking about undoing yourself
spirit within me.
In the aspect of
flesh is weak, but the spirit is strong.
Everything that you think is pious, righteous, has to be overturned. Now, I'm not talking, so some people say, man, our people ain't ready for that, man. Our people ain't ready for that. I'm not talking to our fucking people. I'm talking to you in this room. I'm not talking to the idiots. I'm talking to the people in this room. The people that deem at this particular time that I need to know something other than what I know.
That's right.
And to have a hunger for that. So it all averages out. So it's not about our people. Even Carter says, you talking about moralism, we don't need to tell our people that shit. And I'm like, wait a minute. Well, I'm not talking to our people. I'm talking to the people in this room. There's a difference. Our people don't want to hear shit. There is no black nation. There is no black unity. There is only a remnant. Like all ancient scriptures, the parts that was left in that was telling the truth says there will only be a remnant. You see what I'm saying? The upper room, a remnant, an aftermath. And that's the only thing that we are concerned about. We're not talking about the masses. That's one thing. We have to get this at this particular time. It has nothing to do with the masses. It has nothing to do with the revolution and the evolution of the race. That's gone. This has to do with the evolution of the entire universe. In this particular case, the redoing of the entire universe, or the overhauling of the entire universe. And that is left to the people that this particular information is given to at this particular time. You in this room. And a few other people in the United States.
All right. Damn. I wanted to go further, but I already know it's a limit. And honor to you, Bobby. Once again, you bring me to this next level that I need to get spiritually. And hopefully those that in my classroom, they'll get it too. One time for the one time.